Hello and welcome. So today's video is obviously on Tuesday, and as I don't know if you may not be aware that this Tuesday's videos are really about Saint Sebastian coming forward, and he is one of my healing guides, and he is phenomenal in his knowledge and has spent lifetime after lifetime learning about various aspects of healing, whether it be herbs as an Aborigine person or as a doctor in Western medicine, or it's been one thing after another. So he's very, very experienced, and so I'm really excited to do this. I suggested to him that this would be a good idea, and he agreed to do these words. And so here we are with Saint Sebastian. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Obviously Thursdays and Sundays it's generally God that comes through, or it can be other highly evolved souls, yeah, so don't forget to subscribe, and apparently if you press the bell it means that you get notified, and if you don't want to be notified and it's just easy for you to find, then subscribe. Right, okay, let's get straight into it and see what Saint Sebastian has to say. He's saying that he's very, very pleased to be able to do these videos and to share his words, and he feels that and having an opportunity to share his words with as many people is really, really exciting to him. And this is something that he is eager to do. And he says that when Gail asked him to do this type of work, he couldn't wait. He was so enthusiastic, and he immediately went away and prepared many of his talks. And so he's saying to me that today he would like to talk about something that's very dear to his heart, and he feels that a lot of people will share in his feelings about this particular health issue, because, as he said, he says it's very, very very dear to his heart, because he's telling me that in one of his lifetimes, this is something that he personally suffered from. So he has first-hand experience of this problem that that he wishes to discuss. He's telling me that he wants to talk about not only he's talking about high temperature, a raised temperature. And he says for the most part, when somebody has a raised temperature, it is an indication that the body is actually fighting disease and is tackling all that it needs to do. And it enables the person to feel unwell, so that rest takes place. However, on most occasions, it can simply be a simple virus that nobody needs to worry about, and you will eventually get better. And he always recommends that if you wish to bring down the temperature, a good idea would be to take paracetamol, if your body is okay with that. And he's saying to me that, but for sometimes having a raised temperature can be more alarming to a physician. And he says the times when this can be more alarming is when there is a more serious virus that can be fatal. He says, as we know, there are many viruses around at the moment, but one in particular is causing a great deal of concern for your world, and that is the COVID-19 virus. But he says that the virus that he was talking about is not the COVID-19. It is actually the meningitis virus, meningococcal, I think I'm hearing what he's saying, meningitis. And he is saying that this is a virus that he personally experienced. And along with his temperature, he was dazzled by the light. He's making me go like this. He was dazzled by the light, and he was also had a rash on his upper part of his body. And he says that it became quite serious, and he was unable to function in a normal way. And eventually he was very concerned that he would actually not live. But apparently he says that the doctors gave him sort of large doses of antibiotics that to fight the infection, and these antibiotics did exactly that. And he wants to talk about how antibiotics is a treatment that when people are in life-threatening situations are absolutely essential. And he personally agrees with the giving of antibiotics. But he also wants to say that for some people, he feels that antibiotics are not the right course of action. And he feels that for some people, they are too enthusiastic to take the antibiotics. Because what happens is that when a virus becomes familiar with the antibiotic, it starts to mutate and resist the antibiotic. And so a lot of viruses are now in our day are actually resistant to antibiotics. And so he would recommend that instead of reaching for antibiotics to get a quick fix of becoming well, he would recommend that actually people allow your body to recover from a virus. That's assuming it's not serious, and allow your body to almost like sweat it out. And he feels that if more people were willing to do this and spend some time recovering, he feels that in actual fact that the antibiotics would actually be less of a threat to us, where we are unable to treat certain viruses. And he feels that as the virus mutates and continues to mutate, then the antibiotic will actually start to become more effective than defective. And he's saying that, so he's recommending that in all cases where people are ill, that an assessment needs to be made. And if someone is actually in a life-threatening situation or a severe situation that is challenging to the human body, then he recommends that antibiotics should be taken. But when it is not severe and not life-threatening, he feels that it is perfectly okay to allow the body to bring the immune system into a fighting position where it fights the virus and brings you back to health. And in that process, you will create antibodies that will be able to fight this infection in the future. And he feels that that is the best way to deal with antibiotics in your life. He's thanking you for listening, and he wants to do a prayer, and he's asking me to raise my hands and bow my head. With all the work that I am doing with Gail, this is one opportunity that I am very grateful for. And I wish to thank God for allowing this to take place. And I ask that God always continues to allow me to do this work with Gail that I so thoroughly enjoy. Let it be that with all medicine and with all health difficulties, that many people find the answer to their health problems, that they are given the right medication or the right consultant or the right environment to recover from their ill health. I, as an ambassador for all of health matters, I wish to always help as many people as I possibly can, to help them understand their health problems and to also show them the path and the light for their recovery. Amen. And so, thank you very much for watching. What I find interesting about this is that I didn't know that as a virus mutates, it can then suddenly become receptive to antibiotics. That is unusual to me. I didn't know that. But anyway, I hope you find that fascinating, and thank you for watching, and see you on Thursday when I hope God comes through. Okay, goodbye.